Tim, you're doing what you do now, the Bible Project, and you're still teaching and doing a number of other things. But you've been a pastor, so you've carried the load of preaching week in and week out, and then in the middle of it, you're maybe going to do a wedding, and then you have to do a hospital visitation or coach somebody through their marriage. And so you've lived in the day-to-day of pastoring.
Yep.
What would be an encouragement, a challenge that you would want to give to pastors?
Yeah, one element of personal challenge, and it's still with me just as a communicator and teacher of the Bible, but I'm more aware of it now that I'm not in a more of a direct pastoral role. I can see now with more clarity of my life in a pastoral role becoming what I've just disintegrated. When you are teaching biblical literature that's so profound and so beautiful and challenging, but when that's like your job, you very quickly outpace the actual character growth of your own life with all of the cool and challenging things you're taking a community through as a teacher. And so it's actually a challenge. If I was back in full-time pastoral ministry, it was the thing that I would be going to mentors to try and figure out what to do with. As you go throughout the Bible, there's all kinds of radical challenges and things and ways that we're called to grow. And over time, I just found I was leading and trying to compel and persuade and urge people to follow Jesus in ways that I'm not actually really doing in my life. But because it's your job, you got to
do
keep
the next
teaching
thing.
it.
Next week.
And I can now see that had I been in pastoral ministry for another 10 years, that would have led to some real splits in my character, and that would be concerning to me, and I hope to the people I worked with. And so being able to recognize that disintegrated nature when it's rearing its head in a pastor's life, that's a big deal, I think. And it's something that I'm guessing isn't unique to my experience of being a pastor.
And you mentioned finding mentors. That's what you said. I would go and try to find mentors that would help me.
Yes. And I know this isn't true in every church tradition, but it was in mine. I had to constantly ask people to get in my business. There was something about being one of the main teaching pastors that everybody just assumed I was like doing fine. And I had to actively, and like even certain people that I would ask to like, hey, I need you to not care about who I am in the church. I just need you to like care that I'm following Jesus and ask me difficult questions. And I had to constantly ask people to do that. And even when I would ask them to do that, they wouldn't do it very well. And maybe it's just unique to me. I'm guessing it's not.
No, I don't think it is.
No. And to me, it's huge. I look back and I'm like, that's a problem.
Yes.
And so finding a spiritual director, for me, that's his ministry, is to be the guy who gets in the business about the pastors. I had to find somebody who that's their job to do that.